Hi everyone, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Lisa.
And today we're going to talk about buyer's markets, seller's markets, and balanced markets and what they mean in real estate. So let's get started, and remember, if you like our videos, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more about the Prescott area. Okay, let's get started. Are you in a buyer's or seller's market when it comes to real estate? And does it really matter? We hear the words buyer's market and seller's market and balanced market all the time. What do these terms mean? Well, hopefully by the end of the video, you'll know the difference between these terms and whether you should time the market when buying a home. So what are the different types of markets? Well, there are three main categories that the real estate market can be in. It can be in a buyer's market, a seller's market, or a balanced market. If you're a regular to our channel, our monthly stats videos talk about which market we're in, and it's based on the months of inventory we have. What's really interesting is that the market can vary from state to state, city to city, or even neighborhood to neighborhood. The market can even vary within a community between different types of housing. For example, the supply and demand for condos can be different than the supply and demand for single-family houses within the same community. That means that if you're considering moving, you'll want to understand the market where you're currently living, as well as the market in the place you want to move.
So let's talk about a buyer's market. A buyer's market occurs when the supply of housing exceeds the demand for housing. It's called a buyer's market because the market tends to favor buyers. There are many different factors that can indicate whether we're in a buyer's market, but one that we usually talk about is months supply of inventory. Months supply of inventory refers to the number of months it would take for the current inventory of homes on the market to sell, given the current sales pace. Inventory refers to the number of homes actively listed for sale in a particular market. For example, if a city currently has 1,000 homes on the market and they've been selling at an average of 125 homes per month, we would say that the market roughly has an 8-month supply of inventory. So we typically consider anything above a 6-month supply of inventory to be an indicator of a buyer's market. Other evidence of a buyer's market would be a downward trend on home prices, where buyers may be able to get more home for their money. And with an increase in the average number of days on market, sellers may wait longer to receive their first offer or an offer they're willing to accept. Sellers offering concessions to buyers in the form of money or other incentives like personal property items are trying to make their home more appealing to potential buyers in hopes of beating out the competition. There would be fewer multiple offer situations since there's an excess of homes available, and buyers are less likely to find themselves fighting over the same house. It sounds really good to be in a buyer's market, right?
In contrast, a seller's market occurs when the demand for housing exceeds the supply of housing. When it feels like there just aren't enough homes to go around, or that there's nothing to choose from, we call it a seller's market because the market favors the seller. There are many different factors that can indicate if we're in a seller's market, and again, we'll look at month supply of inventory. Typically, if there's less than 4 months supply of inventory, it's a good indicator that we're in a seller's market. Other indicators of a seller's market would include an upward trend in home prices. Buyers will have to pay more just to beat out the competition. The average number of days on market decrease because homes sell more quickly since the price is so limited. When a buyer sees a home they like, or even a home they can live with, they may be forced to act quickly. Buyers will offer above asking price or sweeten the pot in other ways, and this is what happened during the pandemic. Buyers were more inclined to bend to the seller's demands, which meant skipping inspections or paying way more than appraised value. Buyers waived contingencies, asked for fewer repairs, and scheduled closings around the seller's desired timelines. So, what is a balanced market? This feels like a bit of a mystery, but if you guess somewhere between a buyer's market and a seller's market, you're correct. This miraculous time when supply and demand match each other and all the buyers and all the sellers are happy and all at peace with the real. Well, not really, but it is less frantic for buyers, and sellers still have a great chance of selling their home in a reasonable amount of time for a good price. A 4 to 6 month supply of inventory and stable price is a good indicator of a balanced market. If you're not sure what type of market you're currently in, that's okay. It's actually our job as real estate agents to talk to buyers and sellers about the current market and to foresee any drastic changes.
Now, does it really matter what kind of market we're in? Of course, we'd all love to be buyers in a buyer's market and sellers in a seller's market, but that's just not realistic. It really only matters if you're in a position to time the market. For example, if you're an investor looking to pick up another rental property, it may make sense to wait for buyer's market. But if you've been thinking about selling your vacation home, you may want to wait for a seller's market so that you can get top dollar for it. It's probably not reasonable or wise for the average consumer to try to time the real estate market. If it were that easy, we'd all be extremely rich. So before you assume that you should try to time the market, there are some things you should think about. The first thing is cost. Consider the cost associated with staying where you are and the cost associated with where you want to be. You'll need to think about everything. Home prices, utilities, taxes, moving costs, mortgage rates, and more, and how they're expected to change over time. Of course, none of us have a crystal ball, and these are very hard things to predict. The next thing is the unpredictability of the market. Speaking of these things that are hard to predict, how do you know what a buyer's or seller's market will show up when you want it to? How long are you willing to wait for it to show up? Will it be worth the wait? And here's another thing. What if your plan backfires? What if you're waiting for a buyer's market because you want the prices to soften? And what if it doesn't come down for a year or 2 or 10? Are you still willing to wait? Will the cost of savings still be worth it at that point? It will make your head spin. People will continue to buy and sell houses in every market, and you need to do what makes the most sense for you and your family. So when it does make the most sense, don't put it off. Don't put off your dreams about moving on to the next adventure just because you're trying to time the market. So there you have it. What do you think? Are you in the position where you can time the market? If you're like most people, you're probably not. But if you think it's worth a shot, go for it. Well, thanks for hearing us out today, and we hope we cleared up some questions about buyer, seller, and balanced markets. If you're thinking about moving to the Prescott area, we can help you get to know the place we call home. Just go to our website and click on Find Your Home. If you're thinking about selling, go to our website, PrescottRealEstateAndLiving.com, and get your home's approximate value by clicking on Sell Your Home near the middle of the page. We appreciate when you like and subscribe to our channel because it helps others find this information. We post videos every week to help you get familiar with everything the Prescott area has to offer. Check the description below for our contact information and to request buyer and seller guides or a relocation package. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.